The old house creaked around me, a symphony of groans and sighs. But tonight, the familiar sounds were amplified, laced with a disquieting new rhythm. It had been 3 nights since the incident. 3 nights since I'd seen the dog. Not my asterisk dog, not the happy, tail-wagging presence of Buster, who'd passed peacefully a year ago. No, this was something else, something that wore Buster's shape like a grotesque costume. I'd woken up suddenly, a cold sweat plastering my hair to my forehead. The digital clock on the bedside table glowed 2:17 a.m. Usually, this was Buster's prime time for a midnight prowl, a gentle tap of his paw against my door, signaling his need to go out. But Buster was gone, and yet I heard it. A soft, scrabbling sound from the hallway, like claws on wood. Hesitantly, I reached for the lamp. My fingers brushed against the cool metal, but before I could flick the switch, a guttural whine echoed from just outside my room. It wasn't Buster's whine, not the sad, pleading sound he made when he wanted a treat. This was lower, raspier, laced with an unsettling hunger. My heart hammered against my ribs. I stayed perfectly still, straining my ears. The scrabbling started again, closer this time, accompanied by a low, guttural panting. It was moving towards my door. A shadow flickered beneath the gap, a shape that was too low to the ground for a human, too long for a cat. Then the doorknob began to turn. Slowly, deliberately, it rotated. I held my breath, praying it was just the old house settling, a draft playing tricks on my ears. But the turning continued, smooth and unnatural. The door inched open, revealing a sliver of the darkened hallway. The panting grew louder, closer. And then I saw it. Or rather, I saw asterisk him. It was Buster. Or at least, it looked like Buster. His fur was matted, a dull, lifeless black that seemed to absorb the faint moonlight filtering through the hall window. His eyes, usually warm and brown, were sunken pits of blackness, reflecting no light. And his mouth was stretched in a rictus grin that was impossibly wide, revealing rows of needle-sharp teeth that glinted wetly. He moved with a jerky, disjointed gait, his limbs bending at unnatural angles. The scrabbling sound was him, dragging his claws along the floor. He paused in the doorway, his head tilted, that terrible grin never leaving his face. A low growl vibrated from his chest, a sound that felt like it was scraping against my very soul. I couldn't move. Fear had locked me in place, a statue in my own bed. He took a step into the room, his shadowy form casting an elongated, distorted silhouette against the wall. The air grew heavy, thick, with a cloying, metallic scent. It smelled like rust and something rotten. He let out another whine, a sound that morphed into a choked, wet gurgle. He took another step and another. He was coming for me. I squeezed my eyes shut, tears streaming down my face. The image of that monstrous imitation of my beloved dog burned into my mind. The scrabbling was right beside my bed now, the foul breath hot on my skin. I braced myself for whatever unspeakable horror was about to befall me. You think you're safe in your own home, Think again. Sleep tight.